Coming up next on the Jeff Crilley Show, you're going to meet a woman who leads an amazing nonprofit that helps women rebuild their lives after a cancer diagnosis. Her incredible journey just ahead.
Many are predicting that the worst is yet to come, which is unfortunate, said one person here. Until now, they've enjoyed the reputation of being the nation's icebox.
Watched a burglar in his home this morning by webcam.
As a journalist of over 25 years, stories are what make my world turn.
Reporting live from the Dallas newsroom tonight, Jeff Crilley, Fox 4 News.
But in 2008, I took the jump from my familiar life and started a PR firm from my home.
We're talking about anyone with a camcorder like the one I'm using becomes a television network.
We started slowly growing the company, and we now have over 100 clients, and we've branched into the world of live digital broadcasting. I now own 8 different TV studios and have a huge team, and the stories that I now get to share are sometimes the most important of my life. Life has a funny way of coming around full circle. This is the Jeff Crilley Show.
Well, there are some amazing cancer nonprofits in our community. You can probably name several of them, but I want to introduce you now to Heidi Slansky. She's the founder and CEO of Cancer StrongHER. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you, Jeff. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Well, there's an old saying, nobody cares how much you know until they know how much you care. So tell us how this began for you.
Okay, so the journey to Cancer StrongHER started with my own breast cancer diagnosis in 2013. I was the age of 41. I had 3 little kids. They were 5, 7, and 9. And we took this journey through stage 3 advanced cancer as a family. Wow. It was not found early, even though I was getting annual mammograms. And when it was found, it was pretty serious. Yeah.
And you're in remission?
I am in remission, yes.
How long have you been in remission?
Well, I guess you'd say about 11 years now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Tell us about having little ones at home, because I think there's some great advice for other women who are going through a similar journey. How did you explain it to the kids? How did they deal with it?
Yes. So my youngest had just started kindergarten. We were living up in Kentucky. We had moved away from all of our friends and family in the Texas area. So we did not have a support, network at the time. So it's really tough to go through something like a cancer diagnosis, one of the toughest things you'll do in your life, without a support network. It's paramount. Luckily, we had met a few neighbors. One of my best friends, Carrie Howell, was our neighbor, and she kind of was my boots on the ground help. And then it was really my kids' teachers who rallied around me. We all became an amazing group of friends. They went to lots of things with me to kind of pep me up. We would get together, have parties, that kind of thing, just to kind of keep the vibe nice and positive and happy. As far as talking with the kids, that was one of the toughest things. I had to decide, really how much to tell them.
Yes.
We tried to just be super positive the whole time. We went in with a fighting mentality, tried to let the kids know that I was going to be okay. I was fighting as hard as I could. When they would be scared, I told them, don't worry, you guys. I have fight to, I have strength to spare, is how I always told them. I always have strength to spare. So please don't be sad. If you need strength from me, I've got your back. So it was always just letting them know that, yes, it's a serious situation. 2 of them were a little too young to understand. I think it was hardest on my older daughter, who was 9, and she understood a little bit more.
Yes.
And then when I started losing my hair and I looked like a cancer patient, that was when it was really tough to explain away. And it's not that I really wanted to explain it away. It was a very important time in our life, and I think it helped us grow even closer as a family. There's so many things that cancer, I'm not going to call it a gift, but there are so many things that switch your perspective when you're diagnosed with cancer. I think it really throws into light the things that are most important in life. And the people that you find that have fought cancer, especially our particular group of fighters at Cancer StrongHER, they're some of the most alive, most appreciative people you'll ever meet.
Beautiful. We're going to pull up your website, and as we scroll down the website, how do you describe Cancer StrongHER?
Yeah, so Cancer StrongHER, we kind of bring the path to empowerment, I guess is a way to put it. Um, when we first started Cancer StrongHER in 2018, it was all about bringing the fight to cancer. We started with a fitness boxing class. That was our one class a month that we started. And for me, it was that fight mentality, right? We're going in and I'm going to bring a tangible fight to cancer and bring that opportunity of empowerment for other female cancer survivors. But what we've quickly learned is there's so many different ways, different pathways to empowerment. It's not always about fighting. Sometimes you need to, be a little more peaceful and mindful. So we brought in a lot more of the wellness aspects, meditation, sound bathing, yin yoga on top of our other yoga sessions, Pilates, tennis, pickleball. We do all sorts of active things.
Sure.
But we're finding as we grow and mature as an organization that there are other needs that need to be filled and other ways to help female cancer survivors regain that feeling of well-being.
Yes. Well, you have a big event coming up. We're going to show this event page on your website. So the 24th and 25th, tell us where it's going to be.
All right. So on the 24th and 25th, we have our biggest fundraiser of the year. It's called Smashing Cancer, and it's at the beautiful Birch Racquet and Lawn Club in Keller, Texas.
Yes.
It's an amazing facility. I play tennis out of there myself. I just adore everything about the Dent family, Jenny and Taylor Dent. They're both former Pro Tour players that have started this amazing, they have an academy there, but the facility is gorgeous. They have become such important partners of Cancer StrongHER. They donate the facility for us to do this event. Otherwise, the cost to do something at a facility like that would be prohibitive.
Sure.
They donate court space for us to have our tennis program there. We have an amazing tennis program for female cancer survivors. It's completely free of charge for our survivors. We have beginner lessons, and we also have experience drills.
We're going to show some video that you guys shot. What is it about tennis that helps the women that you're trying to strengthen?
Yeah, so tennis in particular, and maybe it's just because I'm so in love with it. Pickleball is the same as well. But so you're connecting, you've got strategy going in the game. You've got, you're connecting the mind, the body,
Yes.
the movement. Just movement in general is so important for many reasons for cancer survivors. One of the big ones is it reduces recurrence rates in cancer. So the more you're active, the less your chance of that cancer coming back. So that's our big overarching goal of why we do what we do at Cancer StrongHER.
I'm not going to ask you to tell your favorite success story because I know you have so many. But give me an example of like a perfect person that should become a part of your fight club, so to speak.
Well, absolutely. So I can think of a few that fit this bill. We have women that are just afraid when they come in. They've been through the rigors of treatment. They might be in treatment, and they're just not sure how to start that process of rebuilding. Maybe they've been to some other sort of support group and that really wasn't for them. They didn't want to just sit around and talk about it.
Right.
We get up and do something about it. But what I see over and over again is they'll come in a little shy and timid, and by a class or two in, they're fitting right in. They're smiling and they're so engaged and just become such an important part of our community.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, and there's so many cancer nonprofits out there, and many of them are dedicated to research and finding a cure and those kinds of things. Tell us why yours is so needed.
Yeah. I really found that out through my own personal journey. When I was diagnosed at 41, I was a fitness fanatic. Thank goodness, because I went in strong, went into my own treatment in a very strong physical position. But what I found afterwards is your body is completely different after the rigors of treatment. Chemo, radiation, the countless office visits, sitting, laying in hospital beds. It does such a number on your body. The surgeries and then the successive surgeries that happen for years afterward are so very tough on your body. So, when your treatment ends, you're kind of left,
Sure.
you just there's no ending there, and there shouldn't be an ending because cancer is a lifelong commitment. Staying fit, eating healthy, doing everything you can to cut those recurrence rates is something you have to be diligent about the rest
Sure.
of your life. But for me, there was no program after treatment, and I was having a very, very difficult time rebuilding my strength. Every time I did, there was another surgery that would knock me right back down. And I just wanted to keep that fire mentality. And
Sure.
I knew there was a gap in service there. There was something that needed to happen for women and men as well after treatment to help them rebuild and help them maintain. Not just, you get 5 sessions and you're done.
Right.
This is a lifelong. We do not, there's no maximum.
Sure.
But I mean, you can come to as many classes as you want. And all of our classes for female cancer survivors are completely free of charge.
Which is amazing.
That's huge for me.
Well, you were telling me before we went on that during your cancer battle, you had to pay to be a part of so many organizations.
Right.
Why was it important for you to make this free?
Yeah, so cancer takes a toll emotionally, physically, takes a toll on your family. And one of the other big things it takes a toll on is your pocketbook, right? The financial burden of cancer is huge. And so I never wanted a survivor to have to pay to participate in our activities. I did have to do that when it was well enough to participate in
Yes.
some of the cancer, events. And that was not the model I wanted to
Yes.
bring to my nonprofit. I thought, I just really wanted to take care of our community, our fighter community, not add a financial burden on top of that.
Sure. We talked about the benefits to the mind, body, and spirit. Let's talk about the friendships that are formed through Cancer StrongHER.
Yeah. That is one of the most, that's one of the most amazing things for me to watch is people who are making connections and then they're friends outside of what we do at Cancer StrongHER. They support each other. I know they check in with each other. They talk about their upcoming treatments and they're supportive of each other. We one of the great things we're doing now is an annual retreat where we take an entire weekend and we take 20 to 25 women on a full weekend retreat. And this is really where those friendships have a chance to really blossom.
Sure.
So that's one of the best things about what we're doing.
All right, Heidi, we have a couple minutes left. So look into the camera on the left and make a call to action for the person who needs to come alongside you.
Yeah, absolutely. So because we are doing everything free of charge for female cancer survivors, that means that we need the support of our community. And so anyone who would like to get involved, who understand what we're doing, who want to help people that they love cut those recurrence rates and just be able to rebuild their strength, rebuild their sense of well-being, we would love to have you come partner with us at Cancer StrongHER. There are several ways that you can get involved, and we'd love to have you reach out.
Outstanding. We're going to end with her website, which is cancerstrongher.com. The great Heidi Slansky. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you, Jeff.
You bet. That's it for now. We'll see you next time.